What's going on, everyone? This is Jared Thorbourne, aka your favorite loan officer with Hartford Funding, and today I have the pleasure with sitting with Jade Shenker with Serhant Realty, and I have a very personal question for her, and then we'll open up into other things. But I would like to start with Jade. What is one characteristic that you have that separates yourself from the competition, and also has kind of given you an edge on your success?
It's a good question. I don't see me having any competition.
Very nice.
I think that every property, every situation is, it's about looking at it and figuring out what is best for that owner. And most of the time, I think that I'm able to figure out how to sell something in a
Right.
way that most people wouldn't really come up with.
Right.
So I think that I genuinely love figuring out how to do things in a very different way.
So your creativity.
I would say my creativity. I think
Right.
I'm a risk taker.
Right.
And I'm not afraid to push some crazy boundary
Right.
in order to get something done. I will
Right.
do anything to
Right.
get a
To get the
property
deal.
sold.
Right. Right.
Because I think it's why I'm here.
Well, we're here to provide a service, and at the end of the day, to sell.
Yeah, I always
That's
say,
the name of the game.
sorry, I always say I didn't come here to fuck spiders. It's an Australian saying, but it means like I didn't come here to just dilly dally.
Right.
Like
Right.
I think I'll wear a beautiful sequined dress, but at the end of the day, any attention that I try to get
Right.
is in order to funnel it into business.
So, what has given you that drive, that confidence to know that not only with your numbers, right? Not only your numbers prove that you're number one, but what is it about yourself and your experiences in real estate that's really shaped you into being this confident figure of knowing that you're the best?
I think it's a mix of a genuine passion for real estate. There's also a legacy aspect. I come from all males in my family and all real estate males.
Right.
So there's always that. And then I think, honestly, I am somebody who I do really well when people doubt me.
Right. The
And
underdog.
yeah, I love it. And it's so bad because it's like, obviously you always want support, but when somebody assumes something, it kind of makes me want to double down and
Right.
and prove people wrong. And I
Right.
think I don't think that's something that you can teach. I
No.
think that it's something that you're born with.
It's embedded in you. It's embedded. Okay, so that's perfect. So now, what is the difference in feeling of being the underdog to now being the one that everyone's gunning for?
It's at the end of the day, I think that anyone who does things differently, anyone who kind of like pushes the boundary and sets almost like a new market, a new standard for things,
Right.
is always going to get hate. I
Right.
mean, it's normal and that's okay.
Right.
I think at a young age I was always taught to appreciate
Right.
all sorts of emotions that are toward me, whether it's
Right.
admiration, whether it's hate, whether it's envy,
Right.
and using that to channel in productivity and,
Right.
and greatness.
Right.
And I just, I just focus.
Right.
I double down and like, I mean, you live in New York, you
Yes.
understand. It's
Yes.
like, if I can't take some criticism or anything like that, or constructive criticism too,
Right.
like, how am I supposed to do anything? I think you just
Right.
have to like learn how to juggle things. And
Right.
I think I still pinch myself every moment. Like,
Right.
I'm still working as hard as I did when I was 19, like
Correct.
just trying to figure things out. It's like in a different field now.
Right, right.
So I think it's still a surreal moment, like being
Right.
on Netflix and doing things. And
Right.
I think I always just try to stay grounded and remember like why I'm doing it.
Right.
And also like, I think inspiring women
Right.
and young women especially is very important to me.
So tell me a little bit about you being on Netflix and you being on the series, and how does that feel with you being out there like that and everything being on TV, and what have you kind of taken from that?
Oh, you know, I kind of went through such a wild ride on TV, and it's still surreal that the entire world got to see those moments. But I just think that like watching it back, I think I was just really proud of myself,
Good.
honestly.
Right.
Because, whenever you're a real estate agent,
Hmm.
your work is all you have.
Right.
I mean, it's not like, whenever you're working a 9 to 5 and you have a salary
Right.
and you can take time off and you can do all these things,
Right.
you don't have that luxury as a real estate agent. So,
Right.
the payoff is super high,
Right.
but at the same time, like if you have different situations that happen in your life, which happens to everyone, right? And everyone
Right.
goes through heartbreak, everyone goes through, issues with their family
Right.
and depression and all these things. And when it comes down to it, like I think that I was able to showcase, hey, you can go through this, but also like double down on work
Right.
and just like figuring out how to do that. So I
Right.
think watching back what I went through at that time, it was like, it's still kind of crazy. I'm like,
Yeah.
am I nuts?
And when you're in that moment, you don't, a lot of people don't see the light at the end of a tunnel. They just see what they're going through, and it makes it difficult to then manage what they may have done in the past and with work and still come out successful in the end.
Yeah.
And everyone has their trials and tribulations, but ultimately that makes you become who you are,
Yeah.
from an early age.
Yeah.
And for you to get through that and then be on the better end is an amazing success story. But to any of the
you.
young women out there
Yeah.
that are looking to pursue a career in real estate and look at you and they see you on TV, obviously I know that it's not all that. There's a lot more work that needs to go into it, and there's a lot more tough times that they'll have to go through. But what can you tell to young women that want to get into real estate, that are looking to take that next step? What is one gem or gift you'll give to them with your words that'll help them to be successful?
I would say any doubt that you ever feel, let it fuel you.
Right.
I would say let anyone's doubt about you, what you're doing, let it fuel your drive. And I think also figuring out what your competitive advantage is and not listening to people
It's
that
huge.
tell you otherwise.
That's huge.
Yeah, like, do you know how many people throughout my entire career told me, Jade, you should wear something a little bit more professional, or you should, not wear, like, you should stick to blacks,
Right.
or you should stick to like a structured thing, and you should really tailor your social media, and you should really not post this, and you should really not do that.
Right.
Not. And I was
Right.
like, okay, I hear you,
Right.
but also I know what my goal is.
Right.
And I'm going to trust my gut with this. And
Of
if you don't
course.
like it, like, unless you have 6 million liquid cash to buy something, I really could give a flying.
Correct. Do I listen to you or do I listen to myself? 9 times out of
Yeah.
10, I'm choosing myself.
Also, too, if I'm connecting with the people that are my target demographic with,
Right.
with whether it's clients or, potential owner users or people in the fashion world who, are people that I'm trying to like sell something to.
Cater to, right.
Yeah, cater to. I'm gonna keep that demographic, and I know my lane, and like I've done pretty well to get into different groups here in New York City, and
Right.
like I'm not gonna listen to Joe Schmo.
Right.
Like
Correct.
I'm not.
Correct. With an older mindset that is stuck to their way of doing things and just doesn't see the vision that you see in your business.
Yeah, if I wanted to listen to that and not push boundaries, look, like have I messed up and have I been like, you know what? That's probably not what I should have done. 100%.
Of course.
That's what life is about. It's about taking risks, because I'm not
Yeah.
not here to just be your average Joe Schmo.
Right.
I want to inspire.
Right. And the mistakes teach you. Without any mistakes, you'll never know what to truly do and how to be successful.
Yeah.
So failures count more than those little successes.
Oh my God, they're the best.
I'm all right. I'm getting there, But I am the best. I will take that. I will use your confidence, and I will say I'm the best too.
Yeah. Oh my God, you don't need my confidence. You have your own. Like
Very
you got
nice.
it.
Very
Like
nice.
I'm just a girl in high heels at a real estate conference.
All right. So, what have you seen? What have you experienced here at the New York City Real Estate Expo already?
You know, I did an interview just before this, and I think everyone's here to mingle and to make connections.
Right.
And I only just got here, so I'm really excited. But I think that it's really amazing to see so many companies trying to get names out there and integrate media
Right.
and connectivity. You know,
Right.
we were in a like a post-COVID world where we didn't have human interaction.
Right.
And I always say, I think like mindfulness and really connecting with a human
Right.
is the key to sales. I think
Absolutely.
it's absolutely, so underrated. So I think that the fact that everyone is here, everyone is communicating, they're seeing face to face, they're feeling the energy.
Right.
I think that it's just so positive and conducive to a great business world.
Right. People want to do business with people that they like and that they can relate to. So anytime you can meet someone in person and not over the phone, and I mean, you're a real person. You feel a connection with someone as soon as you meet them.
Yeah.
You know if you could see yourself doing business with them the minute that they say hello.
Yep.
And that's the same way that I am. So that's why when I met you before, I'm like, all right, I have to get Jade on this episode and pick her brain, because you're very successful and people can learn from your story. And your story is unique to its own, but there's other people out there, other young women that were in your shoes at some time that are interested in and are very eager to be successful. And if you could get your message out there, that's the most important thing. I truly believe that that's what we're here on earth for, is to be able to each one teach one, each one reach one, each one, get to be able to build someone else up.
Yeah.
So anyone that's out there, make sure that you follow Jade on Instagram. What's your handle? Instagram handle?
It's my first and last name, Jade Shenker, on
Very nice.
Instagram. And you can also shoot me an email, jade@serhant.com.
And the show on Netflix?
And the show that I'm on Netflix is Owning Manhattan. Make sure to binge season 1.
Woo woo!
And let me know what you guys think about it in the comments and what questions I can ask to you guys, or what questions can I answer, because I know that there's a lot.
Yes, very nice. Thank you, everyone.